To Get With The Programming, I'm Chase Ingram.
I'm Captain America.
And along with me is Bill Grundler. Wolverine. Hey, dude.
What's up, man?
Nice sweatshirt. What are those really called? Is that a sweatshirt?
Yeah.
Sweatshirt?
What would you call it? I don't call it like a sweater.
No, it's not a sweater.
A lot of people
Maybe
do that.
That's like the original sweatshirt.
Yeah, dude. It's like, I mean,
like that's a wrestling staple right there.
Yeah, dude. I mean, there would be plastics underneath it, but you know.
That
in my day,
it'd have a deep gray sweat line from the neck about to mid chest.
Be right here and then all in the wrist because I would have taped my plastic bags or my plastic things to here, and then all the wrist things would be on.
Oh, that's it. Crew neck.
A crew neck?
Thank you. Yeah. You never heard that?
Why would they call it a crew neck?
Something with the neck of the sweatshirt, maybe? I don't know.
How is this any different than my t-shirt? I mean, V-neck. For if you're gonna get like a
well,
like that kind of a t-shirt thing, but
yeah, I don't know, a crew neck sweatshirt, whatever. It looks good.
Thanks, man. I like it. I like it. It's very classic.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Classic.
No big crazy like emblems or logos. Just Cal Poly Wrestling.
Classic, like .com programming should be.
Wow. Okay.
That's what we're here to talk about. 2 weeks of .com. We've had Dave, we've had Boz, we had Ben Smith, and now we have Mr. Dale King. If you guys don't know Dale, I mean, what that guy does as an affiliate owner alone is just, that's what it's all about. That guy is, what he's done with his affiliate. What's the documentary he just came out with?
Something stronger.
Going Strong? Or?
Yeah.
That it?
Yeah.
I'm doing Dale a massive disservice by not getting this correct, but I'm gonna have to find this. But Dale's been an affiliate owner for a very long time.
You know what's cool is when, and this is one of the things that I think that Greg put together for us as affiliate owners is everybody gets to do
Small Town Strong.
Small Town Strong. Yeah. Everyone gets to do their version of the CrossFit affiliate, and whatever that means, who you service, kind of your emphasis, your passions, your whatever. So here we are. We all do our CrossFit classes, and then you have these other people like Dale that do their specific, the thing that is their passion, not just CrossFit, but like being able to help soldiers that need,
addicts.
Yeah, everybody. I mean, like that's a huge story, man. Huge. Oh, yeah.
It's awesome.
It's so cool.
And Dale is a good dude. That guy is like OG CrossFit to the core. He owns an affiliate, CrossFit PSKC. Been around over 10 years now.
Yeah.
But Small Town Strong is a documentary. If you guys go, it's everything that he did. He basically came back to his hometown that has been decimated with drug addiction, homelessness, and it's a whole documentary on. He employs these people. Yeah, it's absolutely incredible what he's done with the power and potency of CrossFit. Because CrossFit, it's not just a workout. I just actually posted this on my Instagram page. It's like, oh, you thought this was about working out? No, it's so far beyond the four walls of your gym and the sweat off your brow at the end of the day. Like there's just, it's so beyond that. And it's so hard to describe to someone who's never done it or has some preconceived notion of what CrossFit is until they go into affiliate, take a class, be there for about 3 to 4 months, and then they truly get the power of it.
Dude, I'm telling you, that's the envelope. That's the 3-month envelope thing that Glassman would say every single time. What do you want to be better at? Don't even tell me. Write it down on this piece of paper, put it in an envelope. That is it. That's
Explain it. Explain that again for those of you. If you're joining us for the first time, welcome. If you've been here a lot, just enjoy this again.
Okay, so Glassman obviously had all the long, cool phrases and things that just, I mean, in all reality, that's what sucked me into what CrossFit was. It was listening to him talking the way he would say certain things. But in his very eloquent way of speaking, he would say, hey, look, let me tell you how CrossFit isn't just going to go through all your metrics, and improve your VO2 max and your body fat and your BMI and your heart rate and your resting heart rate and all of the things.
Yeah, we know it does that.
He's like, it's like that. Okay, got it. Here's what I want you to do. I challenge you to do this. Write down on a piece of paper what you want to be better at in your life. Better dad, better husband, make more money, a certain competition you want to do, whatever. It doesn't have to be fitness oriented necessarily, but what do you want to improve your world in? Put it in an envelope, seal it up, not to open for 3 months. And then 3 months, come back to me and we'll look at it together. We'll open it up, pull that thing out. What was the thing you wanted to get better? And then the question is, are you now better at that? And he's like, I have yet to not have this work.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's amazing.
That's the coolest part.
Like, it's like,
I've gotten stronger. I've lost 15 pounds in body fat percentage, and my blood pressure and my heart rate is like, it's amazing to open up the envelope and have something real in there.
The transference from I have better health and fitness to now I'm a more efficiently functional, happy person on all of these other fronts that are never connected with.
Mm-hmm.
I need to go do a 5x5 back squat, or we're doing Fran today, or like, it's the weirdest thing how it doesn't seem like it should connect, but it connects, and it connects because of what the CrossFit methodology is. Not just doing Fran, but working hard, following the nutritional, the simple, it's 100 words of fitness. You follow 100 words of fitness, you do it 3 or 4 months, and you will see a massive change in health and fitness. Yeah, that's the check, check made it. It's the other stuff, how you feel, mental health, issues, how you're doing in school, issues with addiction, whatever. It helps. It's amazing.
And a big part of that is the most empowering thing in that, the whole reason of why you inch things closer to lifestyle choices or lifestyle improvement is the same reason why I would say some people don't do CrossFit. And it's because it's hard work. It's tough to do. It takes a lot of discipline and I would say, oh, what is this? This is a new thing.
Did you do that?
Yeah, the little bubble came up. That happens on Savant's show every once in a while. I gave a thumbs up and like the bubble came up.
It's like a ghost thumb.
I don't like that. But what I'm getting at is that the reason why some people don't like doing CrossFit is they just don't like doing hard things, or they don't have the discipline to do them, or now here the
it's for everyone, but not for anyone.
Yeah, exactly. But the funny part about that is that CrossFit will teach you how to do those things. You can come into CrossFit and not have any of that. Yeah. I'm risk averse. I do not like pain. I don't like hurting or all those other things. And we all mean like pain and hurting as the form of a workout, not actual injuries.
Right.
But a buddy of mine, Gordon, posted this the other day, and it's so right on so many levels, is that discipline is freedom. And that speaks to, think any aspect in your life that is tripping you up. Mm-hmm. I have a sugar thing. I have this phone thing where I death scroll Instagram reels for hours on end. Or I have a alcohol thing, or this nightlife thing, or whatever it is, something that you want to improve. Discipline that requires training, you're never going to bat 1,000, is freedom, because a lot of times when people do that to themselves is they feel that this sugar thing has a hold on me.
Yeah, it has control.
Right? This alcohol thing is like, God, it's got me again. I'm like, no, it doesn't. It does, but it doesn't. This addiction thing has me. Whatever it is, whatever vice you may have, discipline actually is freedom of those traps. And those are all real traps that people struggle with every day. And the cool thing about CrossFit is that it trains you and teaches you that you do have that discipline. You are not as weak and feeble as you may think of yourself as. And it's all self-sabotage. But as Sarah was saying just here, is that it creates huge confidence boosts in people. And when you're confident in yourself, you're confident that you can be more disciplined. And then when you see that happen, then you become free of these things that are supposedly like entrapping you.
Yeah, the confidence isn't about did you win this competition or did you lift the most in the class
Right.
that day. It's I'm doing things I've never done before. I'm doing things that I didn't think was possible of me before. And when you have that and those doors of opportunity for yourself open up, and then you realize, wow, I'm not just capable of this, I'm capable of this back here. And the way that it happens is just showing up, being in the gym every single day. Like every time you come to the gym, you're offered the chance, the opportunity to test yourself.
Right.
How many of these clean and jerks am I going to get?
Mm-hmm.
I want 10. Holy shit, I'm at 5 and I do not want to pick up this bar again. Just pick it up one more time.
Yeah.
Like that test, you're constantly in that battle every single time you come in the gym. For some people, it's getting in the car to go to the gym.
Exactly.
And that's why I think that that's so important. And that's like, our Just Show Up shirt.
Yep.
It's not about, believe me, I'm one of these guys. I'm not a big, well, at least you're doing something. I hate that comment. I get it. I hate it. My whole thing is just get in the damn car. I'll take care of you once you get here.
Yeah.
We'll make it work. We'll get you the workout for you for that day based on whatever other things you have going on. Maybe if it's just I just need to move today. Cool, we got you, but you got to get in your car to get here.
Yeah.
You don't get in your car, that was a lose for the day. I mean, it's not that you want to like make it bad on yourself, but
like I said, you're not going to bat 1,000.
Right. You had that's the opportunity. I mean, shit, man. Like you get the test you get the test on how you want to eat, get the test on how you're going to work out. I mean, dude, I've been fasting now for probably 3 years. I've been doing my one day a week, like 36 hours a week.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
36 hours a week. So I go Sunday. I'm in the middle of it right now. Sunday night to Tuesday morning.
Dang.
And I don't do it for weight loss. I mean, like I like the health benefits, like the autophagy and all that kind of stuff as you get past the 24 hours. I love all that.
Yeah.
But the most important thing I like about it is I take control.
Mm.
I'm hungry, but I will decide
Right.
if I'm going to eat. I'm just not going to be led by feelings or whatever. I will make the decision. And it's empowering, dude.
Shit,
even as an old school athlete guy, like I mean, I used to do this wrestling thing all the time, but like I like it that's one of the main reasons I like it is just for that discipline, be able to keep that discipline.
Yeah. And the discipline, as you said, isn't conquering anything.
No.
It's just
a test.
It's taking the test.
Yeah.
It's not as like, oh, how many clean and jerks did I do unbroken? I wanted 20 and I didn't get it. So therefore I wasn't disciplined enough to get the 20. I was like, no, the fact that you tried to go get 20 is the discipline lesson you're getting, right? You're just like, I am building something here that I'm going to test myself to try to get this thing. That's where the discipline comes from. It's not the outcome. It's the fact that you got it, like you got in your car. That's the discipline. For me,
totally.
I'm having the biggest struggle to find a consistent working out schedule. I don't work out in the affiliate anymore. I work out in my garage. Therefore, I have a bit less on the line when it comes to showing up for anything. It's a lot easier for me to be like, listen, I know I was going to wake up at 5 to work out at 5:30 in the garage, which takes no time. But I could probably do this a little bit later in the day. I work from home. I have a little bit more of a free flow schedule. I can carve out some time versus, and I'll sleep in an extra hour and a half before I get my kids. Yeah. And I will lose that battle a lot.
A lot, dude. It's very hard.
And then what happens is the end of the day comes and work didn't go as planned and I didn't, fine tune my schedule. And then I sacrificed a workout. And now I'm in this spiral. It's like, gosh, darn it. Like, okay, I dropped that day off versus, when my alarm goes off at 5 o'clock, I'm not super thrilled. I roll out of bed. I get in the shower as quickly as I can so I can just kind of decompress there. But man, when that workout's over and I'm making that first pot of coffee, I'm downstairs in the dark, gonna go get my kids in about 15 minutes. I just sit there in silence with a cup of coffee. I am never more proud of what I just did. And I just wish I could like bottle that feeling up and tell myself the next morning, but without fail the next day, I have to fight it again.
Yep. It's and
I
it's
freaking
amazing
and it's haunting
how
me right now.
it's amazing how at the end you get to the other side and you're like, whew, dude, that was okay. Good,
Yeah.
good. I feel good. I know that I mean, I know my body feels good because of that.
Right? My brain, my
But
emotional
what's crazy
state.
is you didn't even mention the workout. You mentioned
Oh,
getting to the
doesn't even
workout.
matter what I could wake up, sit on a Concept 2 bike, which is the most lazy piece of equipment that CrossFitters can use now. And it's
Totally.
like, "Oh, I sat on it for an hour." They're like, "Yeah, but what were you doing?" Right? The Echo Biker's right there. You didn't do that one, did you?
Right.
Right? And, yeah, it didn't matter because and now my day is free. So I am burden free for the rest of the day. Whereas if I haven't done my workout and I know I could have done it earlier, it weighs on me all day. And yet I still have to fight myself every morning. And I'm maybe batting 50%.
I mean, dude, that's even seriously, that's even like everyone's got their little cold plunges now.
Mhm.
Like, again, take away all of whatever the benefits might be or what you think they might be, even if they're placebo or all the brown
Yeah.
fats, all of the stuff. All the stuff is really cool, by the way. There's a cool science stuff to it.
There is, yeah.
It's just the idea of like, this is gonna really fucking hurt for 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Just get in the fucking like that whole like you watch people with their videos, they sit up there, they start breathing and hyperventilating for like 45 seconds because they
Mhm.
just can't get themselves in the water. But that's the whole thing. It's just that you just have to fucking do it.
Yeah.
You just have to do it. It's crazy. Do
Yeah,
hard
here we
things.
are. Spin. Don't you dare call that into existence.
Yeah.
Anyway, there's our little riff on the power of CrossFit. If we only package that up and put it as a story for 60 seconds for people to repurpose.
Yeah.
All right. Speaking of, we are going to talk about .com. .com has now guest programmers. They'll have every other 2 weeks. So 2 weeks of programming from Bill, 2 weeks of classic.com, whoever's doing it on the back end for CrossFit, and then 2 weeks from Chase, and then they go back on and off every 2 weeks. These past 2 weeks were done by Dale King, who got us on this topic to begin with. And we have been going through 3 programmers so far, Boz, Dave, and Ben Smith, and looked at their programming across 2 weeks, talk about any patterns they have, reasons for what they're doing, the nuances of the programming. Is it classic.com or is it clearly tailored to maybe who they are, what they like, which is going to be, that's going to be what it is with guest programmers. We say it all the time. The programmer is in the programming. There's always that little thread in there, which is not good or bad. It just is what it is. And with Dale, we'll go through 2 weeks of what he put out there.
And I think it's interesting now when you go back and you look at so now 4 guest programmers. And I think that when you think about the workouts that they've put together, you definitely see the brush.
Yes.
100%. Not like, well, you can kind of see a thread. No, you fucking see the brush,
Yep.
which is very evident of looking at where Dale comes. Like, what does Dale come from? It comes from a military background.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're a military guy and you think like, military workouts or military training or, they're very love to give that reverence to past soldiers and where they came, all of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I first, like, obviously I know who Dale is. I know all the stuff. And I went back through the program. I'm like, whoa, wait a second. What is this? Wait a minute. Wait.
Yeah. I
Wait.
think everybody was doing that. I was getting texts.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Totally. And so it comes to the question. Like we saw a ton. I mean, shit, half of the 2 weeks, half of them were hero workouts.
Yes.
And that's always a question. I think we'll probably could talk about that towards the end. Is it appropriate or is it okay? I mean, we saw Jabrowski do his thing where he did 365 days of hero workouts.
Yes.
Is that appropriate programming? What I liked of what Dale did, and I'll just say this at the beginning, is I think that the ones that he picked were ones that you could do it like this.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it wasn't Murph every single day, thank God. It
I
wasn't, someone like the
was
big heavy ones
worried
that just
though.
like dude, same. But I think he did a good job. That was really cool to see.
Yeah. Yes, and then well said. A great thing right there. So let's pull it up. 2 weeks of Dale.com, as people hate that I say, but it is what it is.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. First workout, he chose the hero workout Liam for time 800-meter plate run. So a run with an external plate, not like a packed plate. 100 toes to bar, 50 front squats at 155 and 105, 10 rope climbs to 15 feet in an 800-meter plate run, the plate being 45 and 35 pounds. I've never done this one. Really, I really like the way this one is put together. I mean, a lot of times you'll see hero workouts that are just designed to really test your resolve. And for the namesake of what a hero workout is supposed to do, put you in a physical state, an emotional state, a mental state that can no way elicit anything that, say, that person went through. But it's a way to put you in a position where you have time to maybe think about it.
Yeah. And I like the same thing. I like what this is. Having to hold the plate on the run it's like it's just an annoyance. You know what I mean? It's not a really long distance that you're having to go.
Right.
You'll be able to make it. I mean, there's a lot of different ways you can hold that plate to make it to where it's just fine, and you'll get through, that plate run just even kind of cruising. It like 3.5, 4 minutes. 4 minutes just kind of cruising. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I like all the other pieces to it. I love the number of toes to bar because everyone's great to 50. It's the
Right.
second 50. The front squats, even with the weight, again, I think 25 would be great. And then you get to that second half, it's going to be rough. And then what you have on the rope climbs after that. So I think this would be a fun one. It would be a fun one. And I think it's completely doable in a classroom setup. If you wanted to do it as a classroom, affiliate, I don't see this being like, 70 minutes or something like that necessarily. So
And I missed a big piece to this, and I knew this already, but it says you can partition toes to bar, front squats, and rope climbs as needed. So it's not necessarily like Murph where we have it partitioned as a modification versus its classic nature of straight through with a vest. But you look at 100 toes to bar, 50 front squats, 10 rope climbs, and if I look at those just rating it as a chipper, I'm like, damn, that's going to take me a long time. But if I go, 10 rounds,
right,
of 10, 5, and 1, now I'm cruising.
Dude, yeah, could you imagine that? Like you can hammer through that pretty easily.
Yeah. Bill, this is actually a very good question. From the Savan podcast, what's the statement being made by changing programming every 2 weeks?
I think that the statement is that they are trying to showcase what different different personal feels of what CrossFit programming is. I mean, you have a lot of old school programmers so far, and it's their interpretation of what that CrossFit methodology looks like. I mean, we already know that, like, if you were to program on there and I was to program on there, it would be our version of what we see old school programming as.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's what the statement is, hey, I mean, me personally, I kind of take it as there's a lot of ways to skin a cat. So go skin your cat. Don't wait for someone else to skin it for you.
Yeah.
Personally, that's what I say.
People's expression of CrossFit itself. I could see the counter argument, and this may be where the question is coming from, whereas, like, do you not have enough faith and trust in what you do give on a daily basis that you do feel like you need to turn to this? And I don't think that's the other side of the coin in a negative sense. I do believe that it was Dave Castro sitting back and it's like, listen, how do we bring more of our community into the fold to provide a worldwide community with other expressions of CrossFit? Now, I would hope that people don't get too niche and unique with that expression, But at the same time, it does open up the doors and eyes of programming, because sometimes you'll see a workout get programmed like, damn, we say this all the time, especially during the game season, is that an event like 21-15-9 complex comes out of the hopper. I'm like, holy shit, I didn't even think of mixing movements and reps like that with gymnastics ever.
Yeah.
And now I have a whole new world that's opening up to CrossFit, because the thing with CrossFit programming is that there isn't, I would say, a one way to do it, because CrossFit borrows from everything that works and then presents it in a nice repurposed package with intentful variance and stimulus.
Yeah.
I think maybe looking at other programs in the space could be some of the same thing.
Well, I think it's important for .com to, no, I don't think it's important. I think it's nice that they are showcasing what some of us out here are doing program wise. They're still keeping the HQ on the other 2 weeks. And I hope, honestly, I hope that they don't do this continually, where it's always 2 weeks of someone else and then 2 weeks of .com.
I think it's a thought experiment.
I think it's a great, if they were going to do it for a handful of months or whatever, I think that it's cool to be able to see that. So I like that you can see that. I really do want .com to be and remain, hey, this is programming into a vacuum.
Yeah.
This is very open source. Like, there's no niche. This isn't soccer moms or the games athletes or just the Warriors or, whatever the case may be. I want it to be very old school and keep that old school all the way through. So yeah. I like that.
Zach, that's a good point. Keeps it constantly varied at a different level. But to Bill's point is, like, to a certain extent for a certain period of time, it could be great, because I know I pay attention to .com. I always do, but my interest peaks more when they bring in a new guest. So there's some engagement level there. I don't think you should just like throw people up on the programming board just to get engagement or clicks to a website.
Right.
All right. Before we move on, asymmetric ears. Such an interesting. Oh, it's a dog picture. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What percent partition Murph on Memorial Day? I feel like it's 95+%. Was that the intent? Partitioning is an entirely different workout. Partitioning for Murph was a way to actually accomplish Murph for a lot of first timers. Murph is not something someone should just get up and do. Mile run, 100 pull-ups, 200 push-ups, 300 air squats, plus a mile run with a 20 or 14-pound weight vest. That's not something you want someone to just wake up, walk out of their door, and it's like, hey, give this a shot. Partitioning gave us an opportunity to experience it. And I would say, I'm not saying safer. Is it
it gives the intent for the athletes that are, just as you scale every single workout, you scale it to the appropriate intent. Mm-hmm. And there are going to be some athletes that are not going to be able to do 100 weighted pull-ups. So do they sit there for the next 24 hours trying to get that? No.
Yeah.
You have these other options of doing it.
Yep. Zach, no, Murph was not intentionally, or partition is needed. In fact, Murph was even Murph. We said this on the show before.
Yeah.
Murph used to be called body armor.
Body armor. That
Michael Murphy would do to prep for SEAL training. Savon Podcast. Yes, it's just a showcase now question, not a program to follow for training.
It's just as .com is.
.com was never an intended program to follow, other than just here's the workout of the day with some variance with it, which we've been seeing.
Well, I would say that it would be a program. It would be GPP programming. It's a program. You aren't peaking. There's no cycles. Right. It's nothing like that. So having those in there is not going to disrupt your GPP training.
Right. Because it's still all constantly varied, even though the programmers are different. But the programs had always been different over the years, not exclusively by 2 weeks, but that has varied. And we'll get into this. So this is Workout 1, the time frame, I was just looking in the comments, were about 30 to 40 minutes was the range. So long.
Yeah.
Next day, we have, this is actually one of my favorite.
It's one of my favorite
hero workouts that I've never done.
What? You've never done it?
No. And this is something that I feel like I would be exceptional at. We have Hollyman.
We did a version of this one on Veterans Day because we always do Chad on New Year's Eve.
Okay.
So we did Holly Man, but what I called it was Holy Cow Man. So we did 30 rounds of 8 wall ball shots, 6, 8, 4 on the handstand push-ups, and 2 cleans at 225.
Oh, I don't feel like this needed more.
Well, because I wanted it to be longer than what it was.
Got it.
If
you guys are just listening, Hollyman, 30 rounds for time, 5
fun
shots, 20 and 14 pound ball, 3 handstand push-ups, 1 power clean at 225 and 155. I love this one. It is
so fun, dude.
But yes, these are, I'm putting things on the list.
Yeah.
Things I would like to do once I get fully clear from my shoulder surgery. And that's definitely one. So you look at what we did previously: run, toes to bar, rope climbs, front squats, 50 at a moderate weight, and then run with plate, partitioned. This is a partition style one with lighter squatting, higher volume, handstand push-ups, which you didn't have any shoulder overhead, especially in gymnastics form, and then a power clean, a pull from the floor, receiving in a power position above parallel in a squat, or what some people may think is actually a squat, depends on the person.
Right.
And it's different. Long still, you still got a 20 to 25 minute time frame. The other one is 30 plus. But I don't see anything from Liam, which was the day before, that's going to terribly take away from today, especially if you partitioned as needed the day before.
Yeah.
If we had chest to bar pull-ups here at high volume, then I'd be like, oh, okay, we got that's a little much. Back-to-back days. It's both high volume, though. High volume, long endeavors.
I think between the two, what makes them both actually doable, I don't think that you or I would program these two back-to-back necessarily, but what makes them work is the fact that there's so many transitions on both of them. So there is a lot of rest downtime between the two that brings the heat off the body when you're switching to something else. And like Holly Man, you never really are like, wow, that was a lot of that one. I'm glad. I mean, you're switching right away to the next movement, to the next movement, to the next movement. So even though the round volume is high, there's so much transition. So there is a lot of rest in there.
Yeah, if it's 2 big bulk sets, like we said with Liam specifically, and it's not designed to be that way. It's designed to be partition, which is a great way to do it. It does take, it keeps the intensity, but again, intensity is relative, right? You have 60 seconds of intensity and you have 1 hour of intensity. It's still intensity.
Right.
The 1 hour intensity should not be at the 60-second intensity level.
Yep.
And with the partition, as you said, it does take away from that just brutal beatdown of constant movement fatigue, which I do like if you're going to do that. What I like even more is that he backs up day 3 with just a pure monostructural endeavor. Jerry, which is, again, this is one of my favorite ones. Obviously, I have a background in endurance, so there was a time where this was my favorite. Probably not anymore. But mile run, 2K row, mile run for time. No weights, no gymnastics, just run, row, run. Based off what we've done the last 2 days, this is kind of the best one to put in there if you are going to go this route of a hero workout a day.
Yep. Yeah.
And it could easily have gone wrong. Like if you throw out Eva T right now, or a Murph, or a Bull, you throw out something like that. Now we're going, okay. Now we're getting to the area of which I think a lot of people were fearing we were going towards when they saw a hero workout. I'm like, okay, Dale, ex-military guy. And then you saw another one like, oh, okay. It's a lot of volume. And then when you break it down, like, okay, it's volume, but it's not beat down volume per se. And then when this one came out, like, oh shit, we're doing a hero workout for 2 weeks straight. I know it. But then when you look at what this was, you're like, oh, okay, that fits. But it's still long. It's still 20 to 30 minutes, depending on the individual. So that time frame is just what it is. That'd be the one knock I would give of this is why it's challenging to do something like this. But what the fad is, or not the fad, the goal for this first week is clearly a hero workout a day from Monday to Saturday, leading to Chad, which was Veterans Day that coming Saturday. So you have a veteran programming hero workouts leading to Chad 1000X.
Yeah. And the other thing is,
get it. I get what you're trying to do here.
Yeah. What I like about this one and where it's set is you can really throttle back on this and just kind of go through the movements on this.
Good.
You're not moving any weight. You're just sitting. You can, nice, easy jog on the run or a decent jog on the run. Imagine this one if you had it like in Boz's row workout that he had, where it's like you can either make it really easy or it's going to be the bane of your existence and it's going to crush your inner soul. This, I think, where it's set is nice to where it's like, okay, just get through this one.
Yeah, I like you could throttle down and still get a lot out of it.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, 100%.
So I liked where that was put, especially after the 2 days of 4. So now looking at the first 3 days, I'm like, okay, I see what we're doing. All right. Now here's where I was like, because we've done 3 days in a row, boom, we have a 4th day in a row.
Yeah.
4 days in a row of hero workouts. Bradley, I didn't even know about this one, but now I want to do it.
Yeah.
10 rounds for time, 100-meter sprint, 10 pull-ups, 100-meter sprint, 10 burpees, rest 30 seconds. So you have an interval style workout, which we haven't had yet. You have sprints mixed with gymnastics only. No weightlifting, right? We had a decent weightlifting with 50 front squats day 1, 150 wall ball shots, and 30 heavy power cleans day 2. Monostructural only day 3, long aerobic endurance endeavor. And now you have an interval-based style with sprint runs and gymnastics movements only. I would have preferred there to be a rest day today.
Yeah, geez.
But I like this one. This is that one that you could go to like the park.
Oh yeah, totally.
Or track that always has that 3-tiered single pull-up bar that's slick as all get out. I'm like, okay, run across the football field to the pull-up bar, do 10 pull-ups, run back, do 10 burpees. I'll hold your 30-second clock. Go again. I like this one.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Didn't even know about it. Did you know about this one?
Yeah. But I haven't seen it in a really long time. 17.
Unfortunately, there's so many.
Yeah.
It's hard to keep track, which is, again, all of these workouts are, I mean, I should probably do them a little bit more justice, is like showing the person that it is for. Right? These are real people.
Yeah.
That were killed in the line of duty. That's the reality of the situation. All right, 4 days in a row. Not a super fan of that. Friday is a rest day. I can see why they went 4 days in a row. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 4 in a row. Taking a rest day Friday, because leading into Friday, we have Chad 1000X, 1,000 box step-ups for time, wearing a 45 and 35-pound ruck at a 20-inch box. You took a rest day to lead into a pretty gnarly hero workout.
You know what you could have done? You could, if you're going to stay with hero workouts, you could have done the rest day on the 3rd day, and then done the day before Chad, like on the Friday, because it was Friday, because Chad was Saturday, right?
Saturday, yeah.
All right, so then on Friday, you do JT. Still a hero workout. It's all up top. Totally different setup. It's not going to affect your legs at all. Lower half is completely rested for going into the thing, and then you keep your 3 on, 1 on, 3 on, 1 off, 2 on, 1 off.
I like that. I think if you take change nothing what he programmed, take the interval workout he programmed on Thursday make that the Wednesday one.
Yeah.
And then do Jerry on Friday. Yeah, you're running and rowing, but it's not going to hurt you the next day.
No.
Speaking of JT,
I wouldn't want to do Chad and then do Jerry, though. I tell
no,
you
no. Jerry is like, we might have 2 rest days in a row after Chad.
Right.
If you ask Savon 2 months in a row.
Yep.
But Adrian Conway posted on his Instagram story the other day, and he posted JT, as you were saying. It said strict JT. And I DM'd him like, you mean JT?
Right.
So, you're the people out there. I was like, I get it. I'm not giving you shit. I'm more giving people shit. It's the same group that thinks Elizabeth can be done with power cleans and still be as prescribed. Which I just, I thought.
I remember the first time we did JT was at the park with me and my fire guys. And we didn't know what the hell we were doing. All we knew is that, like, as we're trying to do these strict handstand push-ups we didn't have a wall because they had the pull-up bar that we had to hang the rings on. Our homemade PVC pipe rings were on the playground thing, so we had to do the handstand push-ups while sliding up and down the pole upside down.
Oh,
yeah, we didn't know.
Interesting.
We didn't have a wall.
Good old days. Good old days. Sunday is a rest day, as you guys could imagine, and then we come back to week 2, and I was still on the fence. Week 2, and week 2 is a classic.com workout that actually got brought into the quarterfinals for age group. Was it 2 years ago?
Yeah.
I've done this one at a level 1 seminar with Boz. Row 1,000 meters, 30 bench press at body weight. Row 1,000 meters, 20 bench press at body weight. Actually, no, this isn't the same thing. This is different. Row 1,000 meter, 10 bench press at body weight. I thought it was the 2,000, 1,500.
Right.
That's the old one. This is very similar, though.
Yeah.
So 1,000 meter row each time, 30, 20, 10. So the rows stay the same. The bench presses go down at body weight. So it's similar to the old benchmark one that was on the age group qualifier a year or 2 ago. I'll just throw it out there. Nobody is surprised by this. I hate body weight as a prescription of rowing. I hate it. Or for
bench press. Yeah. For weight.
For anything. Back squats at body. Like, you claim to be a program that doesn't have weight classes, yet we're going to dictate the weight based off weight classes. It totally counteracts the purity of your programming. Don't do this.
Just give yourself a thumbs up on that.
185 and 135.
Your little ghost thumb just popped up again.
It did?
Yeah.
Well, it's not an endorsement on my ghost thumb. I don't know what this is. Oh, I know what I did. I just upgraded my computer. I've got to find the video thing.
Oh.
Yes. Watch. If I raise my hand, does it do something?
Nope.
What about that? No? All right.
Nope.
Now I look stupid. Cool. All right, that's Monday. So we're getting back more into .com-y like programming. This is actually classic oldschool.com because oldschool.com used a lot of body weight as weight prescriptions instead of just numbers.
And actually, like old school movements like that too. I mean, that was like pulled it straight out of like the bodybuilding style lifting, and like, okay, we're going to take that and we're going to tweak it.
Yep.
And so I like that.
So we're not doing a hero workout. I thought it was a benchmark, not quite. So we're into some new territory with Dale. Push pull with the row. Still working in some longer time frames. Day 2 for time 10 down to 1. Left arm kettlebell snatches, right arm kettlebell snatches, and then 1 up to 10 of burpee box jump overs, 24-inch for the men, 20-inch for the women. As far as classic old school just .com, this was one of my favorites. You have a ladder 10 to 1, an opposing ladder 1 to 10. You're bringing back kettlebell snatches with just a classic 53 and 35-pound kettlebell, burpee box jump overs at a decent box height, right? You could easily have gone 70 and 53 and 30 and 24 because we're freaking hardcore programmers. And this is it. This is just it's this simple.
Just move.
Just move.
Just move.
And you're hitting.
And if it's too easy,
movement pattern There is.
If it's too easy, just go faster.
Just go faster.
Like that. Yeah, I could totally flip these things around. Yeah, well, then go faster.
Yeah.
And you're right. The up and down ladder like that, there's the same thought process that goes through it every single time. You get to the middle,
Right.
you're like 5 and 5 and 6 and 5,
Yeah,
whatever.
5,
Right in the middle,
6,
you're like,
5 or whatever.
dude, I feel great.
I'm
And all of a sudden
killing
it flips on the other way, and you're like, so many fucking burpees.
Yeah.
I'm never gonna. It's like there's not enough of these snatches now. There's
You finished the 7 burpee box jump overs, and then you're like 3 kettlebell snatches, 8. Oh, God.
you're like, I'm
2,
back,
9.
I'm back here.
Yeah. It's great. It's a great trap system. The 1 to 10, I feel like, is always a movement that should lull people into a false sense of confidence early.
Oh yeah.
Because if it was 10 to 1 burpee box jump overs, I'm like, you're being nice to them.
Yep.
Because kettlebell snatchers, like, all right, whatever. I'm just going to sit here and swing them. Instead, like, I'm going down in kettlebell snatches. These burpee box jump overs feel great.
Yeah.
Not too bad. And then,
Because you just did 5.
Right. You've done 5.
You haven't even done a quarter of the workout yet.
You've been resting on the kettlebell snatches. This is one of my favorite ones that he did.
That's a good one. Yeah.
So that was Tuesday. Coming to Wednesday of the second week. This, man, I might take it back. This might be one of my favorite ones he did too. This is something people don't do anymore. For max reps, thrusters, 1 attempt at 135 and 95. There's the bar. Thruster it until you cannot thruster it anymore.
Yeah, I love those.
Second one, hang power cleans at 185 and 125. Do as many as you can until you can no longer hang on to the bar. And that's your workout for the day. And if you scale it appropriately, you manage your weights the right way. This requires coaching.
That's the coaching part before you get to that.
Before.
Yeah.
And I tried this actually Saturday. I chose the wrong weights because my ego got in the way. Plus, I just wanted to see if I could do it physically, if I was in a recovered state, which I'm not. And I only got 12 thrusters at 135 and then the same number of hang power cleans at 185. That being said, it's the most weight I've thrustered in over a year and a half.
Yeah.
Or not a year and a half, 15 months. It's the most I've hang power cleaned in the same amount of time. These are 2 movements I was physically incapable of doing 15 months ago, let alone surgery in January. And I let my ego get in the way of a good workout. But I had to know. Did I go back and lighten the load and go again? No, I did not. So I totally pussed out on this. But
dude, it's great. It's great. And this is old school black boxy.
mm-hmm.
I have a version of this that we do. I do it on a lot of different movements. We'll do it on thrusters where you have to do 10 unbroken at like 50% of your 1 rep max. So that's what you use.
Okay.
So a lot of times I'll use the same 135. Not like when I was training, I would use the 135.
Yeah.
10 unbroken, 1 minute rest. 15 unbroken, 2 minute rest.
Oh.
20 unbroken, 3 minute rest. 25 unbroken. So the goal is to try to hit.
Damn.
So the 10 and the 15 are your warm up and your kind of build up.
Mm-hmm.
20 is your test. And you either hit the number or you fail trying.
Okay.
And that's the goal. So
if
even
you
like
fail at the 20, what do you do for the 25?
you're still shooting for 25.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you're still shooting for it, but like the priority is, okay, you're shooting for 25, shooting at least for whatever, then you're trying to hit 20 or at least what you hit the time before or just whatever you have. And usually by that time on that last one, it's like the reps are so silly looking, but like the goal, most people don't know what it means and what it feels like to actually go to absolute failure. They know when it hurts, but they don't know like where the wheels really come off. And I think that's a very important thing for people to learn about themselves. And again, that gets into that discipline. Like you could do one more.
Okay. Yeah.
When you think you can't, do another one.
Right.
That's huge.
As the coach, I'm like, you don't drop your last rep. You fail it.
Yep.
Not, got it. That's as many as I got. I was like, Nope.
Nope.
If you got a rep that counts, you are doing another one.
Yep.
And it's really hard to convey. It's really hard to convince someone to try that, to get, like you said, just get the next rep. Okay, you made it. Try another one. It's like, I'm not going to make it. Great. Prove it.
Yep.
Don't quit. Fail.
You got to fail.
Right? There's a difference. And in that failure is where you find the success.
Oh, dude. Huge.
And in this one, this has nothing to do with physical growth or strength development. This has everything to do with that, man, the way we started the show off, which was totally not intentional.
Right.
That discipline. Do you have the discipline to find out who you are?
Yeah.
In a max set of thrusters? They're like, oh, that is pretty, like that's a little much, right? No. Do you want to get, and this is why people don't do things. This is why discipline is so hard, because people want to lie to themselves all the time about who they are. And they do that by avoiding failure and avoiding hard things and avoiding things like discipline. I just told you, I avoid that shit 2 to 3 times a week. I do. And I'm happy to admit it. People do not want to find out who they are in max unbroken set of thrusters with no final destination. Some people just don't want that. Most people don't want that.
Yeah.
I would say actually nobody wants that, but people still do it.
Right.
And that's where the growth is.
Right.
I'll take it back. This is my favorite one. This is my favorite one. This is one of my favorite ones of the 4 programmers.
Oh, dang. Wow.
It's just so simple, but it's like, it's everything that we've been talking about for the last 50 minutes.
Right.
I dig it. I should have lightened the weight. And Dale had another rest day and had a great video of the power of addiction, which is real. Then Friday, I actually did this one too. It was a partner workout. 3, 6, 9, up by 3s all the way to 30. Ski erg cals and bike erg cals done with a partner. So Bill and I are working together. I'm on the ski. He's on the bike. We do 3. We switch. We do 3. And then we bump up to 6. And we try to complete that as fast as you can. I think this is just a nice way. Like, you don't have to do this with a partner.
No.
No. There's no benefit to being in a partner. It does cut the number of pieces of equipment you may need to facilitate this. In fact, I did this in my garage. Jules did it with me.
Oh, cool.
And I gave her a different set of cals so we could get off the machines about the same time, or else it just would have crushed her.
Right. Totally.
And it worked out great. And it was like, we were both off pretty same time and switched. And in my head, I was like, listen, I'll start on the bike because I know you hate the ski erg. That way, when we hit the final 30 and it's just, we don't get to save up for anything anymore. At least I'll be on the thing that you hate and you'll be on the bike. And then in the middle of it, like, the ski erg is hard, but it doesn't hurt like the bike or the rower. And so when we got to 30, I was like, race you to the finish line. So we're going. And then the way she got off the bike and the way I just kind of like stood up after skiing, I was like, oh shit. I did you no favors by doing the bike laps. Ryan, our time was like 19:15 or something like that. I was about 1,800 plus cals per hour on the last 30 cals in the ski erg.
That's good.
Which I thought I could get over 2,000, but then I realized I'm just not that guy.
It's tough, man.
I'm not Roman Krennikov. This is good. This is good. We came off a row bench push-pull day on Monday. We came off the max thrusters, max hang power cleans, weightlifting, just slugfest, and then you came to this one. Another ascending rep scheme. Not say another one. The other one was coupled with descending, but this was good. I enjoyed this. This was one where you could just, if you weren't in the mood to work out, you're like, hey, listen, just like the good old fashioned Bill Grundler, just start the clock.
Just start the clock.
By
3, 2, 1,
round 12, I will be warm.
Right.
Lost any intensity because nobody should be doing anything over 1,500 until we get to 21 anyways. So It was good.
That was a fun one. I could see that.
It was a fun one. And then so this was Friday. And then this Saturday, we have the last one of Dale King's programming. You have 7 rounds for time, 3 clean and jerks at 185 and 125, followed by 50 double unders. For every failed double under, you have to perform 3 bar facing burpees at the end of each round. I loved that thing. So say 50 double unders, like you miss at 10, you miss at 27, and then you miss at 49, and you're really pissed off. Well, it's going to get better, because once you're done, before you start round 2, you have to do 9 bar facing burpees before you pick the barbell back up. What'd you think about this one?
The workout part I like. The failed penalty part, I'm like, oh shit. I don't like that one anymore. It's like it's like doing it's like a lifting version of Flight Simulator.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But the workout part I dig. 30 clean and jerks and double unders, like here we go to race it.
If you just
we did something like this at the games, actually, I think
really?
we did a version. I think we did a version of this with double unders and hang clean and jerks.
Oh.
At 185 for Masters.
What's up, Dalton? Glad you made it. Oh, thanks, Eaton. Appreciate that,
dude.
Thanks for the tip.
But dude, I like it. I like the workout. Yeah,
it was good.
Yeah.
So yeah, this would be a fun one. I didn't get to do this one. This was after my clean and jerk
wobble
attempt. And I will say, the next day I was like, oh, there's the hang power cleans.
There's that weight.
So yeah, I did the 12 and the 12, and then I was like, let's see how heavy I can get up in a clean and jerk. So I was happy about that.
That's good.
And that was it. So 2 weeks of Dale.com. 1 week of hero workouts leading into Chad 1000, which was Veterans Day that Saturday. And then a week of .com. So we already expressed of why that week of hero workouts were leading to Veterans Day. But over the past week of, I would say, more of a classic.com, what did you think about that week from Dale?
Dude, I liked him. No, I do think that if you were going classic, time domains and stuff like that, there were a lot of similarities, but I liked what the movements were. I mean, he had a lot in there that was like, okay, that's one of my. I like the bench one, even though the body weight thing.
Yeah.
I love what the workout is like. That
I'm doing that one for sure.
So cool. So like, right on that he bro seshed out, picked bench press and turned it into a CrossFit workout.
You're like, hey, we got 30 minutes to work out, and then we're going to go to the pool. I'm like,
dude,
I got
sign me up on that one. That's like a hotel. It's like a
hotel
workout.
Yeah.
So I thought he did great. There were a lot of fun ones in there. Again, I don't think he was overly concerned with what the time domains were or anything. I think it was more like, hey, let's put some fun stuff together. And he did that. And so it was fun seeing some of the things that he could put together and would put together. And again, we've seen some different stuff from very classic, high-ranking CrossFit officials with Dave and Boz. We've seen old school competitive athlete and now coach with Ben Smith. And then we see someone that's just old school in the space and what that's going to bring. And I think what he did with that, he's in here.
Hey,
what's up, Dale? What's up?
Dale, annual tradition to do a hero week into, PSKC. We challenge members to go 5 for 5. Turns out to be one of the most intended weeks of the year. I love it.
Well, there you go.
Dale, now that Dale's here, what's up, dude? Yep. Dylan, give me 2 minutes. Is that you could easily screw that up because of the potency of hero workouts, the difficulty of them, the way they're structured. Because it was like when we were on Talking Elite Fitness the other week about programming in open and quarterfinals using only past open workouts or quarterfinal workouts.
Yeah.
A lot of these things have similar movements, running, kettlebell work, heavy barbell work, and it's all high volume. You could have easily screwed that up. And I think
just done damage to people.
Yeah. And I think the way Dale put that together, like he says, he does that as affiliate. These are the great things. Dale says is when HQ reached out and told me the dates. I knew I had to do it. What a perfect timing of that.
Yeah.
So Dale, I'll give you the way you structure those hero workouts together. I was worried it's going to be 2 straight weeks of that. And then I was worried to do one of these analyzing because of it, because I have so much respect for you. But I thought you did a great job of piecing those things together. I can see why the 4-day rest day going into Chad was a part of that. And look, that's the thing you're going to get with guest programmers, these unique things. I have a pitch I want to send to Dave and see if he bites. And there would be a thematic 2 weeks with that. But what I'd like it to be is, okay, it would be like programming a hero workout every day for 2 straight weeks, but it'd be balanced perfectly. So it's not even about, oh, yes, these are all hero workouts, but it's actually a very well-diverse, varied intensity, volume, movement-wise. It's like you can do it.
It can do it.
It's not easy to do.
Not every hero workout is an hour long.
Yep.
There are other ones in there. But yeah, great job, Dale. And I like the bench press one, dude. Way to bring out the old school.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
I'm doing it.
I will not do it at body weight, but I'll do it with.
What weight are you going to do it at?
I don't know. I said 185, 135 is probably the good weight for that workout. I'm like 215 right now. There's no way. I'll be doing singles. I won't even be working out anymore. It'd be a heavy day.
That's funny.
But 2 weeks. I like the second week of Dale's work. Classic in nature, different, right? In fact, a lot of unique things we haven't seen in a while. The row, the body weight. Okay, take that for what it is. That's just me. That's a me thing. It's not even a programming thing. That's a me thing. The 1 to 10, 10 to 1 sliding scale with snatches, and burpee box jump overs. The max reps, thrusters, and hang power clean I thought was an awesome thing to throw in there than just a generic heavy day. It's just a different style. The penalty, double under, clean and jerks. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed that a lot. So, Dale, good job.
Nice job, Dale.
Nice job. All right, folks. Thank you for rolling with us. We'll be back hopefully tomorrow, finalizing guest programming. At the end of the day, we will have a show for you as we lead into Thanksgiving. Other than that, Bill,
sir,
see you again. Thanks for joining us, team.
Bye, guys.